Jane Miles, S4685224, ECE3002, Advocacy in Leadership and Management in Early Childhood Education. Assessment 2, Video Task. I wish to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land in which I live, learn and play, the Bunurong land. The image of a teacher. Throughout my career in early childhood education and care, people have always underestimated and simplified what I do each day. Do you just spend all your day in the sandpit? Have fun playing with the Play-Doh today? So your job is to just play all day. Wish I could get paid for that. And the answer is yes, I did spend some time in the sandpit today. We made a pipe system under the sand for the water to flow through, so just some early engineering and plumbing skills. Yes, I did enjoy rolling out the Play-Doh into small balls for children to squash with their fist. Did you know Play-Doh is a great resource for building fine motor muscle strength and development, which ties into emergent literacy? Yes, I did play a lot today, helping children with building block structures and connecting construction together, sitting and drawing and tracing their bodies so they can see how big they have grown. I sat and cuddled someone when their big emotions overwhelm them. I help scaffold cooperative play, which is the skill they will need their whole lives. I planned and created and implemented a program to help support children in all their developmental areas, both as individuals and as a group. So yes, I did play a lot today, but that's not all that happens. The image of a teacher and advocacy. With any work, we as individuals bring our own personal beliefs and perspectives. My personal belief is that all children deserve a safe and loving home, food and shelter, and a service, whether it be care, kindergarten or school, where they can learn and play with safe and trusted adults. In the early childhood education environment, our priority is to advocate for the children in our care. This can be done in many ways, but being a champion for children is vital. Using our quality standards, regulations and frameworks as a guide to our everyday practice means that educators are equipping themselves with the necessary tools or means to effect change. When reading through the 7 quality standards, it is easy to read through these simplified sentences and not think deeper about how these actually look in everyday practice. For example, Standard 1, Educational Program and Practice, Element 1.1.2, child-centred. Each child's current knowledge, strengths, ideas, culture, abilities and interests are the foundations of the program. You think, oh yeah, that sounds important, but looking at this, you are having a deep knowledge and understanding of each child in your care's level of knowledge, what they are accomplished at and what they are still working towards, what interests them, what motivates them, what their family culture is, and how you reflect that in your program. Being an active listener and using the child's ideas to drive the program. And this is for each individual child, because doing all of this is how we advocate and create inclusion for every child in our care. And we build all this through connection. The image of the teacher and activism. Looking at the difference between advocacy and activism, a simple way of looking at it is by thinking the advocate walks into the building while activists make their voice heard outside it. As with advocacy, activism in early childhood settings is many different things. One area that needs our support is closing the gap in educational achievement between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians. Early childhood education has a critical role to play in delivering this outcome. This is a big challenge, and when we look at how we currently advocate for Indigenous culture in our everyday practice by including Indigenous language and resources, moving towards an activism perspective seems overwhelming. Hopefully, by the way we advocate currently with children, it will mean a greater awareness and compassion for Indigenous Australians and create a more equitable future. The image of the teacher and leadership. Over the first half of this year, my idea about what leadership looks like has been challenged and changed. I was looking at it at surface level and not how it goes beyond the hierarchy of leadership from coordinator down. have a better understanding of how we are all leaders and that there are different styles of leadership that can lead to a successful early childhood environment. Wangan Nayaki and Saman suggest that early childhood services should create a community of learners where all staff critically engage in reflecting on their own contribution to teams, and it is fundamental in the delivery of excellent quality programs. I believe successful leaders are always keen to learn, challenge their thinking, and use this to create meaningful change.